What's up, y'all? Long time no see. Wholesome here, finally back with another video. I'm going to be taking y'all through what I've been playing to climb ladder these days. And it's something I was playing actually before the Ready for Anything nerf. And I've been trying to see if it's still viable at all since losing the permanent buff. So this is a list. It's just a pretty straightforward mid-range list. That has a couple really nice synergies throughout it, and just really strong on the tempo front. You're really getting a lot of value out of things like Shoutout Beast and Axeman that are just giving you insane tempo plays, and you're able to kind of make easy trades, trade up, and kind of keep your board healthy. Another really cool thing that you'll see in the video is the Shoutout Beast with Coxinga's spell, and it is pretty fun stuff. Running pretty light on the removal because most of our removal is going to be minion based. One Mutton, one Seal, and Angel. The rest of the removal is just going to come from combat tricks and things like Master of Shadows or Perfect Grade Lasers, Scion of Pride. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Let's hop straight into the game. All right, first game, it's actually an orange-purple mirror match. Two very different lists though. We're utilizing Coliseum because the +1/+1 buffs are amazing on our minions, and we're doing a lot of combat. We're not running too much removal, we're just doing combat trades, so we're going to be getting a lot of stacks. And Tempest is on a rainbow list, I guess, trying to get a lot of value and free draws off of that, with Guardian Plateau and whatnot. So pretty straightforward orange-purple game. We're going to go ahead and play the Shoutout. So next turn, we're setting up the Axeman. So that's going to be a 3 damage awaken with the Axeman. Raziel is something we cannot really deal with right now. So we're just going to go ahead and play our Axeman. Deal with this Desert Engine.
Mission incomplete.
There we go, get a draw off of our Coliseum. And we're going to eventually deal with this Raziel if we can. Luckily, he didn't have a good play and just played his 5 Spirit Gate, gave us a chance to really take control of this game. Go ahead, I thought Coxinga was a better option than wasting our Scion here, since they might play something pretty big that we might have to deal with. And unfortunately they had the Spirit away, so that I was pretty sad about that, and that thing had the Coliseum buff on it as well, and these Axemans aren't doing anything to Raziel, so I'm like, this thing is getting out of control and we need to just pride of place it ASAP. And meanwhile we're just punching through for some damage. We're already pretty deep in the game here, and they end up playing their own Scion and bringing back Engine, which is a really nice play, getting some insane value. We go ahead and play our Jinsuk, protected by our Shoutout, take the trade here, and just, rebuild our board eventually. This is big problem for us. We don't have Seal, and we already used our Scion of Pride. So the funny thing is, anything coming back from 5 Spirit Gate is going to be a Spirit, so my Scion of Pride didn't take any damage there. I go ahead and burn Seal because I want to play Jaza, and if I seal that right now, they might be able to make something immortal, which is going to be even harder for me to deal with, right? So they go ahead and play a second Scion of Pride, but this one's also a Spirit from 5 Spirit Gate. So this is going to be a free trade for us. and we're just continuing to punch through damage. I considered trying to remove this right now. I did see that he burnt a White Moon Arena earlier, but I really didn't think that he redrew it. So he's going to be able to take out my Jin Sook that was about to ult for free and maintain that block up. Oh, and I actually remember this play. This was a couple days ago. Yeah, this was hardcore. Red Cliffs with Shoutout just nuked those two. And I actually, yeah, he ends up playing that there. And I actually forgot what Red Cliffs does. I was roping here and just kind of spamming down cards. Yeah, and I decided to just go ahead and attack there because I just want to push the 2 damage. I've gotten enough out of this. I figured it was going to get removed either way, so get 2 damage in rather than wait and see if I can get 4 in. He goes ahead and he removes a bunch of our stuff here, and I am on 18 health. There's no reason for me to contest this perfect raid. I just go ahead and play it here. I see that he has 2 Scions of Pride in hand, and then he has Senin, and I don't think he's going to be able to develop enough blockers. With Shoutout right here, we're going to be able to take out whatever and kill him. And that was that. Alright, next game. We are up against a really cool 3-color deck, and this is a deck that I actually played a lot of, but I play it with Disc Smite. Disc to just kind of refuel our hand even quicker and just keep flipping. Unfortunately, Mind Freak turn 1 on our Shoutout Beast is really hard for us to deal with. I mean, we're not going to be able to play that even on turn 6. Like, playing a 1-3 on turn 6 is just bad. Unfortunately, they opened up with Arc Lighter, and they go ahead and play a Shinobi Smoke, which is going to be just super hard for me to deal with. I'm just going to play my... I didn't have any turn 1 or turn 2 plays, which just really hurt me this game. At least we have a 4-5 Barkeep, but yeah, they have the Juiced, and they move over, and they hit me for a ton of damage here. I'm already on 8 life turn 4. So best thing I can do here is use my Ramen and remove the entire board and just hope that they can't kill me the next turn. And then Seal of Exile, hoping that they can't develop any minions and kill me. Alright, Iron Flesh Performer, really good for us. We're on a smite clock right now. So I'm going to have to go ahead and remove everything they play right now and just hope that I can stay alive and start developing my board and kill them before they can kill me.
Do we have a mission?
I did not know that they had an ignition in hand, and they played this perfectly actually. They just sat there and held the ignition. And unfortunately, this is Demise 3, so we're going to take some damage here.
This is my weapon.
I could have played the Shoutout, but I really didn't want to. If they could remove this, I need that second body there. But yeah, they have the lettuce tray anyways, so we can't play Ready for Anything. That's just way too slow. Play an Immortal Blocker and just hope we can live. Unfortunately, they top deck, you know, the Mothmara, and they have the Ignition in hand, and they have Smite, so that was game. So this can happen sometimes against more aggro-ish decks. Just having a slow start really hurts the deck sometimes, and even though we can, all of our removal plays are pretty high tempo, that we can just kind of recontrol. We can kind of take control of the board again and reestablish our board and stabilize, but sometimes they're just too fast for us, and we don't run any healing, which is one of the reasons why I was considering running Peach in this list. Alright, so now we have a game against Purple Green Necromantic. These are some of the best. This is one of the best decks on ladder right now. So I was really excited to play this matchup, which I've played a couple of times so far, and we've got a really nice starting hand and curve. So just kind of hoping that they don't have Necro in hand, and yep, they do. Which I didn't know, but I was still going to play it out anyways because I have Trickster and Shadowvar. So depending, they didn't discard anything big. So that was really like what I was thinking about, was if I could stall with Shadowvar and if they're going to be playing something big. Unfortunately, they had the second racer and take out my Trickster. Yeah, and I shake my head at that like, no way. Go ahead and play a Barkeep. I don't know if this was the right call. I figured if I did want to play this, I would play it lane 6 or something, right? So I could double impel and move away from the Hopeless Necromantic. But yeah, so now we just do a really cool Shadowvar play and take that out, and then play a Recruit next to it. But one of the reasons why I wasn't too scared to keep playing into this is I have Merciless Coxinga and a Shadowvar. So even if they played something big, like dropped an Iku Torso and got it back off Necromantic, I would have the ability to deal with it. And here I just make this insane play with Jinsuk. Even my opponent well plays me. Because just using a Recruit and Shadowvar dealt with the Necromantic and the second Vixen. And now we've established our board. Look how many cards we have in hand. We can ready for anything and just start, taking control of this game. I wanted to get that extra energy off on Jinsuk because her brand would be insane in this matchup. So they realized that. They're like, I gotta spirit away that thing. And I'm like, sure. I just, made you use a spirit away, and I already got insane value out of it. Like, I was kind of scared of a Led Astray when I played that Jinsuk. But as soon as I played her, like, I just got insane value out of her. With the play with the Shadowvar and the Eager Recruit. So even if they Led Astray, like, I already got so much value. And here we just go ahead and play our God of Gamers, and this guy is already a 7/6. I don't think he has a way to transform. And so I just go ahead and play whatever it's called, the +1/+1 that shuffles it back in. Can't think of it right now. Yeah, and we've got complete control of this game. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Ramen and hit them for 7 and just hold up the Shadowvar. They're not gonna be able to kill it with the Necromantic, and it's a great blocker. Oh, but I'm not sure I should have done this. Yeah, that play. So I give them like a free trade on this Axeman by doing that, right? I think I just wanted to. I don't know what I was thinking, honestly, when I did that. I was just kind of, throwing out my hand at that point and trying to kill them before they could get back into this game somehow. But yeah, so they kill my Axeman here, and yeah, that's really good. Bouncing my Shadowvar Beast, but at this point it's already a little too late. I have so much mana. I can do the combo, Shadowvar, Born in Cruelty, and I'm still holding up a block against this Necromantic, and it doesn't trade. So that was an easy way to deal with the Thriving Shade. Hit for 11, and we've got a 4/3 Racer in hand. So we're in a really good spot. Alright, so I'm thinking they might have Defy Death in hand. I didn't know that this was a balance. So I go ahead and play this as optimally as possible by developing the board. They well played me. I thought they were trying to bait it out because they had the Defy Death. But I guess they were just calling good game. But I just go ahead and kill that Thriving Shade again and make sure that I clear their entire board. So if they did have Defy Death, you know, I would be able to lethal next turn, and I didn't completely waste that turn. All right, and our last game is against another top deck. I think if I wasn't playing orange-purple right now, I would be playing red-green because it's such a good deck. And we have a pretty good opener. We get to Forge, Ready for Anything. And we've got Eraser in hand. We've got Trickster, which is also great against this list. And Jaza isn't that great because they can let us stray it, but oh well. We just got to hope they don't have it, right? And we get the, +1/+1 off Coliseum. And yeah, they go ahead and risk it, and they find out I tricked the Strigoi Pup, which is great. And they go ahead and play Bull, which is an insane card. Got buffed recently. I could Ready for Anything here and just hold, but I don't want them to get another activation on Bull, so I go ahead and make that trade. I know I'm playing into Magmatar here, but there's nothing I can do. And I was surprised to see an Ignition right there. Some lists drop the Ignitions completely. But yeah, now we can Ready for Anything, and we're in a pretty good spot. They're already kind of low on cards, and I'm just going to go ahead and get another Coliseum trigger here. And yeah, we draw another Ready for Anything off of it, so we're in a pretty good spot. And these Ready for Anythings are so good against the Magmatar plays. And yeah, we get another Trickster. I don't need that Recruit right now. I already have a 4/4 Recruit in hand, Recruiter. And go ahead and trick the bird here. I don't really have a great way of dealing with the bird right now, so I'm just going to try and prevent him from either swinging with it or tricking it and reducing the damage that we're going to be taking every turn. But other than that, we're just we have an insane hand here. We've got a 5/6, 6/4, 4/4, and a 5/4 because of Ready for Anything. And they're just letting us hit face on this side of the board. So I go ahead and play out a 5/4 and a 4/4, and we're in a great spot. Go ahead and trick the bird again. Unfortunately, they drew into the Magmatar, and we lose both those units. Kind of a blowout, but we're still really healthy on this side of the board. I'm going to go ahead and play my parry and hope to get something real good. I'm going to burn my Jinsook because I just want to hold up blockers right now and kind of fill the board with these heavy statted minions that we buffed with Ready for Anything. So they have a really good stairway play with Ruby Raider, and they take me down to 9 health here. And they have the Ignition to finish off the Recruiter. But yeah, we're in a decent spot. Go ahead and we're at 4 Coliseum stacks here, which is awesome. And we play our 6/4. So we buffed it out of Let Us Stray range. I forgot to mention that earlier. And they have the wings in hand. They're getting ready to lethal us, but luckily we have the Axeman, and we get that free removal right there because they're in winter. And we finally drew our Scion Pride, and we get to transform the bird. And then we can just trade these off, and we're in a really healthy spot. Yeah, we have the potential to die pretty quick here. I think opponent, he was 1 off of lethal, right? So if he would have sacked his Gallows Boy, if they would have sacked their Gallows Boy, and they would just take that and have a 4/1 and a 4/4 right here, but they would also just straight up, or they would be really close to dying. They would be on 3 and we would be on 5. So I guess that was the right call. It's a safer play. And yeah, we just keep drawing off Coliseum, playing and they actually drew Murmur, but they played too many green cards and just didn't burn enough green. Drew way too many red, and they would have actually, it would have been pretty good. We had Armageddon Angel in hand, but it would have been insane if they ended up using the Murmur here, or being able to use it. But we just straight up have lethal. This is why we still run Impel at 3 mana. It's so good with Barkeeps, and it's just good late game in general. The 3 mana, I've gone lethal so many times from just having a 3 mana Impel. It doesn't do as much early game, but late game it is a house. Even early game sometimes on 3 when you play it for free off Barkeep. I think it's totally worth it. Anyways, I hope you guys really enjoyed this deck, and I hope y'all give it a shot on ladder. Let me know what you guys think.